Today on the show, we've got the battle for the ages. We are going to take the Ram RHO, the new kid on the block. We're going to pit it against its older brother. That's right. It's kind of interesting. The TRX. When we're going from Rhino to the king of the Jurassic jungle, I don't know. But I'm interested to see which one, they look similar on paper, really. You look at it and you're like, okay, they just plucked the V8 out of this and put a Hurricane engine in it. But there's actually a few differences, and there is a price difference. But for what they cost, is there the lack of rumblies from that big V8, that big Hemi V8? Is that going to be missed when you get into the kind of lesser, maybe more balanced, more refined version in the high output Hurricane engine? Let's find out. We're going to do a build and price on these things. At the end, I'm going to give my final opinions of this. So stick around all the way to the end. If you would go ahead and just smash that like button for me, I would greatly appreciate it. And the channel would greatly appreciate it. We have some goals of next year. We'd like to hit 20,000 subscribers. And with your help, no, not you, your help, we can do that. So if you hit that like button and you smash the subscribe button, ring that bell, because when you do that, when I drop videos like this, you definitely know what's going on. So let's get into this. And we're going to bring up the new 2025 RHO. Now, I was at the press launch of this thing, and pretty interesting. I've yet to get to drive it. I've got to talk to my Ram rep about that. Maybe get one for a long week of fun driving. But looks similar to the TRX, right? Yeah, they updated the grill slightly, and there's a few things about it that are just slight updates. But to the person that wouldn't know any better, you park these two next to each other, I doubt they would know much difference from it. But the biggest difference you're going to notice from it is, if you look, let me zoom in right over here. See that price? We're starting out at $70,990. Now, I guarantee you, when I'm done with this vehicle, we're not going to start out at $70,000. So buckle in for this one. But from the get-go, this thing looks like a very nice vehicle. I've done time in the TRX, and I've sat in this truck. It's great. I like it. Once again, a few updates, but we know what we got to do. First off, we got to pick a color, and it's going to be a two-tone color, it looks like, because that's about all the options we seem to get. But first off, we have the bright white, which is that's a good color, but I think for a high performance truck like this, I might want something a little more aggressive. Then we have flame red, which is a good color, and Ram always brings some good colors, like this blue. Oh man, this hydro blue pearl, that's pretty bitchin'. And then we got bullet silver, got some forged blue, and that blue with the kind of black, lower black, might be kind of cool. And then finally, we've got granite crystal. Now, something the TRX was getting, seemed like they got a few better colors. So from the get-go, maybe we're not getting all the color palette that I'd like to get, but we know we're getting something cool there. And out of all these, I think, to bring the excitement, I think probably it's going to be either this blue or maybe the red. Which one would you go with? I think I'm gonna stick with the red, because if you saw at the bottom of these colors, there is an upcharge on this, and Ram likes to do like their sister Jeep does, and charge you for everything but basically a color. And so we don't want the price of this thing to change too much. So because we're already getting a pretty cool truck. Now we get into stripes and decals. It's an exciting truck, so definitely you want to have that excitement. As you can see here, there's just kind of plain, just looks like maybe a normal Ram truck. So I definitely want that RHO on the side, and that's going to be for basically $500 for that sticker. Not bad. But they can do it to the hood too, which is another $800, basically $900. So we're going to add them both, because I want to be obnoxious in this truck, and that's what these trucks are they're about, being obnoxious. Rarely do people actually use these trucks for their intended purpose. I live on the East Coast. I don't have a couple miles straight away of desert that I can just go rip on this thing like I'd like to. So I want the best of it that I can get, and maybe adding all the fun graphics is the way to do that. For $795, we can add a black powerful trailer towing mirrors to this thing, which I'm going to pass on. I get a truck like this, I'll do truck stuff with it, but my intent for this is just to be the obnoxious neighbor and piss everybody off. So that's kind of where I'm thinking about this. Now, you can, for $995, you can get the rock rails. Let's see if we can bring a picture of this up. It's gonna, if I click it, it's gonna set 2 additional changes. So let's see what those are. So it's gonna put us in equipment group number 1, and you connect number 5. So let's go ahead. I want to undo that for right now. We may come back to that, but I want you guys to see what's this is all about. Now we can get some cool wheels there from the get-go. Those look great. Or you had the beadlock capable wheels, which are $1,895. I'll be honest, the beadlock capables are okay. I'm not ever airing this thing down. Once again, I live on the East Coast. I don't even know sand, if I'm going that low in sand. You might. I have a little experience with sand off-roading, but not a ton. Next up, we're going to get the 325, 65, 18. So you're getting the big old tires on this thing, and it's a fun vehicle is supposed to draw a lot of attention, and we do know 35 plus tires bring all the attention to this thing.
That's what she said.
Bed mounted tire carrier by Mopar, which is $1,100 basically. I'm gonna pass on that. I think they just tend to get in the way. Yes, you can put your spare tire and all that back there, but I'm good on that. The running boards you can see right here, we can get some Mopar style, if I can say it right, running boards there. And if I click this, I don't really want it to pop up, but I'd like to see the picture, Mopar. Can we do that? Nope. Come on, fix your website. So we're going to pass on those for right now, but I guarantee you, you're going to need steps on this thing to get in and out of this daily. It is a beast to get in and out of. We have a trifold tonneau cover. No, thank you. I'm not going to do many options with this because I want you to know, hey, this is what A and B when we compare the two together. But you can see the RHO on the big on the side there looks good. I do like the two-tone paint of this thing, and I think it's going to help too with rock debris, chips, scratches like that. Maybe it helps cover some of that stuff up. It's black, so I don't know is that paint or is that vinyl? It's hard to say right now, but might hide some of those and make it easier to hide those. The interior of this thing, obviously, it is a fun looking vehicle. So we look around this thing, and it's very TRX like, and you're going to see this in TRX. They do the same stuff. They put the VIN in there. Really, some nice touches that I wish Ford with the Raptors might incorporate. RHO on the side, it's a big screen in this thing. It reminds me a lot of the TRX, which we're going to see, we're going to compare there. But overall, I have to say, I love Ram's interiors. They've really used to be, they were awful. And then somewhere in the late 2000s, they just really decided to step it up. I love the branding in the seats. Everything about it looks great. Looks great. Look at the speakers up in the headrest there. No sunroof though at the time, and all the emergency services, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and close that. And it looks like we're going to get one option. We're going to get leather trim bucket seats, so nothing more, nothing less there. So we can get the 12-inch screen standard, which is a big old screen, or if you want the Uconnect 5 with the 14.4-inch screen. Now let's click this. It's going to put us in the level group 1, which jumps the price up quite a bit. So it's going to push us into some things that maybe I don't know that we want. And I wish we could click that and it allow us to see what all we're going to get. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stick with that because I want the big screens. I want the biggest thing possible in this. And I maybe for resale value, I don't buy these things for resale value really, but maybe down the road it does help that. Panoramic sunroof for $1,500, basically $1,600 on that. Not bad, not bad. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and click it. We're already adding some price to this thing, but I think I would want that. Let's see what else we got. Red interior accents for $1,500. Now let's click this and let's see what it does there. Okay, so the steering wheel, let's explore 360 and see. Okay, so those accents do look good. Okay, takes the RHO up there. Looks like we're going to get a little bit of carbon fiber in there, which is funny to me because I don't really know. I mean, it doesn't make the truck any lighter, to be honest. It's just cool. Of course, with the 14.4, it looks like we're going to get the screen over here on the side as well. It does take away some cargo space there. So if you like, I believe there is a box right there if you don't get this. So just be aware that you're not going to get all of that. And they didn't look, so they didn't leave out the rear. So it's going to get some exciting striping as well, which I'm going to leave it. I like it. I like it quite a bit. And I think we're getting a hell of a truck here. So let's go to packages. We can see down here towing. I don't want any of this stuff. So we can get the outlets in the back, $1,000. The RHO equipment group. Let's see what that was what we picked. So there is what we're going to get. So you're going to get a 12-way, one-way trailer connector. Okay, so we're getting some of this stuff. 14-inch touchscreen, the 19-inch Harman Kardon premium sound, which the sound systems they do is amazing. 240-watt amplifier. So that's nice, especially if you got all kinds of stuff in the back you're trying to plug into. RAM connected services. Let's see, drowsy driving detection, which those are pretty nice features. Heated second row seats. Wow. So my daughter would be very happy. All the memory stuff. So yeah, that's definitely, I think for what that package costs, definitely worth it. Trailer towing group. No, thank you on that. The powertrain. So here's the bread and butter. The new thing about this is that 3-liter i6 Hurricane high output twins turbo, if I can say that, with start-step technology, which you just can't fight anymore. Unfortunately, they get carbon credits when they do this kind of stuff, and it is what it is. But let's see, you're going to get that. The engine's going to make 540 horsepower with 521 pound-feet of torque, which is a shit ton of torque on that. And it can tow up to 10,770 pounds, which is pretty good because when you start looking over at the other brands, they don't really, I don't think they can tow that much. Though you're going to get 8-speed automatic transmission with this, where the Raptor gets a 10-speed transmission. And I've had a lot of time with that 10-speed, and I like it quite a bit. Let's see what else we got going on down here. We can do trailer wiring kits. No, we're going to leave it alone. just going to leave it alone. So there is our bad boy right there, our RHO, and looks great, very menacing, like that. And we're at 85,465. Damn. Wait till we see what the TRX is going to cost us. So 86,465. Now let's build the TRX. So we know that the Ram TRX is a badass mother effer. It really is. Now I've always compared to the Raptors. I've always compared it. It's more brawny, maybe not as balanced as what the Raptors are. Like the Raptors are pure desert running beasts. You know, that's their territory is going fast, especially straight. They just want to go fast straight. Where the more muscular, bigger engine in the TRX forced the Raptor to hey, we need a Raptor R. And still, I feel like that truck's more balanced than the TRX is. And both of them sound great, but man, my first in the super truck category was driving the TRX, so it's kind of my first love. So let's go ahead and bring this thing up. So we can see right here we have 98 starting out at $98,580. Now, do I think we're going to stay there? No, I think this truck's going to be very expensive. We got diamond black crystal pearl coat exterior paint is what's shown there. Very menacing. And we have some options here. You can see a lot of the stuff we've seen before. Everything is an upcharge. I want to click the red, the flame red like we had earlier. It's going to put us into the paint is removed. So we hit OK on that. We're still price wise, we're still good, right? Once again, these true trucks are they're so similar. They're hard to tell much unless you really know. We did get the hood graphics on the previous version, so we're going to do that once again on this one. And we did add the TRX on the side, so we want to do that with just again. I do love the graphics they've done there. Now the tow mirrors, no, I didn't add this on the other truck. Rock rails, I didn't add this on the other truck. You're going to get a few more wheel options the way it looks, but we're going to stay with the standard what it does come with on that, the 18 and 9.5 wheels. So they're polished black. They look great, but they do have if you want the bead-lock capables, and you get the polished aluminum, a little extra flares there if you would like. And this being especially the last kind of the final call of this, they're going to give you a few things. They want to specialize this truck up just a little bit. Tire options, the bed tire carrier nut, no thank you. Once again, I don't want to do the steps, though. They are definitely needed. Trust me. You definitely need the steps in this thing. You can see the TRX in the back of this thing. Looks, oh my God, this truck looks so good. It really design-wise, I do kind of like this better than the Raptor, just the overall design-wise. I love the hips that they've kept with these things. They just look big. That Gen 1 Raptor, man, where it had kind of those really wide fenders look great, and they've sort of they've tamed them down, it seems like. I want obnoxious. That's what I want. Lower two-tone paint for $250. The monotone paints there, no. The Ram bar, no thank you on that. So we're going to see some differences right from the get-go. Now, you're not going to get the digital dash. There's a little digital center display in there, and whether that hurts your feelings or not, maybe you want that, maybe you don't. Overall, that wouldn't bother me in either truck. I like either truck, and like I said, this is very similar. I feel like you've seen this before. Remember, I said, well, they're going to do the TRX down here. They put the VIN number and stuff. A lot of little specialty stuff. Now, we do see that interior is slightly different, so they're giving us some fun reds. We're going to get some red stitching. Look at that. Oh, that looks great, man. That looks really good. Now, speaker-wise, nothing's really changed, as you can see here. So, other than you're definitely getting, it looks like the cloth of the side of the seats, there's some red there. Steering wheel. I will say this is one of the more comfortable trucks I've ridden in and driven. I really do like this. And I've been riding around in a Rebel recently and really enjoyed the comfortability of that. I think honestly, I think probably they're the most comfortable full-size trucks out there right now. So if you've been in other brands, I would definitely say, hey, go test out the Ram brands, because I think the seating is very nice. So that's where we're at right now. Let's go ahead and close this. Now, let's see. Patina accented stitching. No, I don't want to choose any of that. The Uconnect 5 with the 12-inch screen. So as you can see here, it's already click standard, but you're not getting the 14-inch screen. So that's one thing maybe the truck's not going to get. Now we're going to click the sunroof because the previous truck that we did have that. Now it's going to it requires us to make some package selections. So we click this there. Now, we did the equipment group in the first one, so we're just going to do that. We're going to hit that there, and it's going to put us in the 12-inch screen. You can see this changes just ever so slightly. We got the sunroof. We're going to have the options of the interior red accents, which we're going to go ahead and click that because the RHO had that. So I'm trying to build them similarly to the way they are. What else we got going on here? Park sense, we're going to get all the little radar detections, all the fun stuff there, blind spot monitoring, all that. So I'm okay with that right now, but as you can see right up here is what I'm not okay with. We're already $114,000 for this truck. So Let's keep moving on. All right, so we got bed utility stuff there for $945. Advanced safety group. I want to leave this stuff alone. You can get a carbon fiber package with this, but $1,200. It says leather carbon flat bottom steering wheel, real carbon exterior accent or interior accents. I'm going to pass on that. And we're with the off-road, it's put us in the package. You can see there when we made the options up above for $10,000 more, 11,000 basically. We're going to get the 19 speakers. I mean, this thing, it sounds like an opera house. It really does. Like, I don't know where they put 19 speakers in these things anymore. But we're getting all the memory seats, you know, much like we did with the RHO. You're going to get the heated steering wheel, the heated second row, all basically the same truck. Let's be honest. Powertrain, once again, this is the money of this vehicle to me. That 6.2 supercharged Hemi. It's a badass. When I'm telling you, when you push start that thing, if you don't get goosebumps every time, you don't need to own this vehicle, because that's what this vehicle is about. This vehicle is about people who love driving. They get excited by combustion engines, and as a final hurrah, you know, they are we get this engine, and I tip my hat to you for this. They didn't have to build. They really didn't. Dodge, Ram, Jeep, when they need some excitement, they just threw a Hemi in it, and they didn't have to update too much, and it's the easy button for them. But what an exciting easy button, and I'm sad that this thing is leaving. But, you know, look at this. The previous one made over 500 horsepower. We're at 702 horsepower in this badass, 650 foot-pounds of torques in this, 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, and as it should be. As it freaking should be. 8-speed automatic transmission. I do know that they balanced it out a little bit better for the high output inline six. But there we go. There is our TRX. And as you can see it there, we got it right there. And then let's bring over. And here is the RHO. Pretty interesting. But $85,000 versus $114,000. Now, everybody goes, well, they should have killed the Hemi. They shouldn't have done this and that. And well, I think that the pricing right there, I think the pricing shows for one reason. Now, yes, they can overcharge for the V8 because, well, they just can, you know. But the TRX started out in the late 70s, and quickly, when it became, we don't want to sell that many, quickly they jumped the price up. Now it's, you know, $115,000, and then we could have added a shit ton of more options to this thing, and probably 120,000 plus on that vehicle. As the you know, the RHO, we could have got it in probably about the $90,000 price range, but for the price, you're still getting all the nice features of the truck. It's slightly refined. They definitely, Ram Trucks told me and Kelly that in person that, hey, we did have to refine this to make it a more balanced vehicle with the inline, and they think it's a better performing vehicle. Now, is that PR talk or not? But when you hear rumblies versus what you hear out of the inline six, I don't know. That's for you to decide, and decide if you will. So in the comments below, where do you think, do you get more excited by the big Hemis, or have you had time yet in the high output engine of Dodge and Ram that they're doing now? I must say, they will get up and go. I've driven it in the Grand Wagoneer, and I've driven it in the normal 1500s, and the inline six is a pretty wicked little engine, but it just doesn't bring the goosebumps. There's no goosebumps here talking about that truck versus the big old Hemi. So in the comments below, you know what to do. Type away. Let me know, which one would you choose, and price wise, is it worth $85,000 versus basically $20,000-$30,000 more is what you would have to get the TRX. Is it worth it? Would you use these as a truck as well? Because I would definitely 100%. I'd use them as a truck, but I'd also use them going to Home Depot. Let's see, there, the TRX 0 to 60 in 4 or 5 seconds. I might get there really quickly. So in the comments below, let me know what you think. So whether it be 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, or these badass Ram trucks that I have driven, I will drive again, and maybe we'll have a long-term review in the future. It's been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and we're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.